This is BMW's biggest motorcycle flop. It's the R1200C and it was built from 1997 to 2004. Now, I think it's a beautiful bike, but it completely failed to compete in the American market, and I'll tell you exactly why. Now, first of all, it should have succeeded because they spent millions promoting it in the James Bond movies. And of course, BMW had a contract with the James Bond franchise back then. But look at what this bike is doing here. It's pulling a wheelie, it's doing all these stunts. Well, this bike in the movie was a one-off super sport version that had stunt features and way more power. Well, that's completely disingenuous because the bike you got had 66 horsepower and it just wasn't, what people were looking for. Also, it didn't sound like a Harley Davidson. They're trying to compete with Harley, but have a listen to how this thing sounds. It's whirring like a little sewing machine. I love it. To be clear, this is actually my motorcycle, but I've ridden it all over the country. But it doesn't sound like a Harley. So Harley Davidson riders got to the dealer and started this and went, "No, thank you. That's a pass for me." It also has very European designs that Americans were just not into. Like, for instance, this little rear donut seat that folds up to become a backrest. Same thing with these taillights, except the taillights, even though they're kind of cute, they're plastic, and these are literally my third set. They pop right off. I hit my knee on them once, and it just fell right off. Plus, look at the overall stance of this bike. This is not a leaning back. Look how upright it is. And because of the boxer engine, you can't put your feet forward for long cruises like you can with a Harley Davidson, because the Harley has that V-twin. Well, this is just not going to work for long cruises. And it is, like, my knees were getting tight on those long hauls across the country. It's not a good cruiser, but it is a curious, interesting, and strange, beautiful bike. And also a massive financial failure, because from 1997 to 2004, Harley Davidson sold over 3 million cruisers. BMW sold only 40,000 of these. And that fact makes them kind of rare. So you can get them for under $6,000 and sometimes as low as $4,000, even nice examples with low miles. And I know I've beat up on this bike a lot, but you know what I really love about it? Not just the looks, but it is incredibly reliable. So would you have one? You just gotta be comfortable with the whole look, like you've turned up at an American barbecue with a turtleneck and a late harvest Gewürztraminer.